Hello guys, welcome to the channel, it's Iran. Today we are going to have a look at the funding charts for Star Citizen, because the month of November was not as great as one would have expected. Don't forget that this month we got an amazing giveaway for Christmas. I'll give you guys more info at the end of this video, but you'll find the links in the pinned comment down there. So let's get started here. Let's have a look at November here. It looks like this month of November we have, let's see what we have here. We have made $20 million here with an increase of 61,000 new accounts. That's not bad, but it's still a decrease of 28% compared to last year when it comes of in terms of money that was collected for the project, and a loss of 33% compared to the amount of new citizens that they were last year. Now remember that these new citizens include new people who join the game, of course, but also people who create alt accounts or get accounts for their families. Nevertheless, the numbers are way down compared to last year, where last year there used to be $28 million collected and 92,000 new accounts. We can also have a look at 2022, where $23 million were collected and 124,000 new accounts were created. So we are at a loss here compared to both 2023 and 2022. And if we have a look at 2021 here, $22 million were collected and 96,000 accounts were also made. So we were also at a loss compared to 2021. Only 2020 is a year that 2024 has beaten there. So over the past 3 years, we have actually underperformed. Now, of course, the IAE still continues this month. So far, we are having a strong month of December. More ships are going to be sold with the release of Alpha 4.0. That includes the Guardians, maybe the Mist Fortune, which we haven't seen also during this year's IAE. So that remains to be seen. I think the Guardian is going to be a pretty big seller, and they always have Christmas game packages. So I guess we'll see. I think that we are going to be in for a strong month of December, but I don't think that we're going to beat 113 million of 2022, and I certainly don't think we're going to beat 117 million for 2023. Right now, we are at 102 million. Now, what could be the reasons behind this this decrease, right? Well, I have identified 3 reasons, and I'm going to go over them with you right now. The first one is there's less hype this year. Of course, 4.0 is not out there yet. It's only in wave 1, and it's not working very well as of right now. Also, Squadron 42 is scheduled for 2026 and not 2025. So, and we've also seen that, you know, Star Citizen Alpha 1.0 seems to be quite far away. There's not much that's concrete out there for the future compared to last year, when at CitizenCon last year, everything that we saw was supposed to be coming in the next 12 months, which quite a lot of that has not actually, but still, nevertheless, people were excited, people were hyped, and they were perhaps more willing to give more money to CIG. But this year's CitizenCon, I think, while I'm sure it was very exciting to see what's scheduled for 1.0, where the future for the Road Toward 1.0, it was not as exciting as last year, because it's deep inside us, we were still wondering, all right, when is this going to come, right? How long is that going to be taking? And I think it had an impact on the sales. Also, I think that the marketing team here didn't do as much as a great job as they did last year. For example, you know, these IAE shows, we only had 4 episodes of those. They're just rebranded episodes of Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live, right? There's not anything that was hyping the ships like a Witless Guide would do, for example, and the content itself was not that exciting either. No big announcement, no big explanations. They talked about master modes, they talked about some small details. I think the best part was when they invited the Jax McClary actor, but that was basically it. So yeah, less hype compared to the previous years. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, I think that the gameplay experience is just terrible at this moment. I don't know what you guys think, but personally, I'm having a terrible time. In the Red Club, a lot of people are telling me that they're having a terrible time. In fact, on X, my most viewed post so far on X is a post in which I was complaining about the elevator. That says it all, right? So lots of frames. The missions are not working, right? I mentioned the elevators. The hangars also are a huge problem. Yesterday, it took me 1 hour to spawn a ship just because the elevators were not working. I could not get to my hangar, and then when I got to my hangar, my ship was spawning 3 kilometers away, so I had to despawn the ship, respawn the ship multiple times until it was finally coming. It was horrible, right? So I think that also contributes to the hype loss. No one is excited about a broken game experience, and they just move on to other games. That's what I do. I play a lot of Elite Dangerous right now because Star Citizen is just a broken mess at this stage. Reason number 3, and that's perhaps the worst here, is the lack of trust. Trust is really vanishing at this point, I think, right? Especially CIG have a reputation of selling ships that they say punch above their weight, right? That's a quote that we hear a lot, only to then nerf them and make them average ships. Look at the last one, for example, the Corsair, right? Which used to be a ship that a lot of players were flying solo. But so much so that John Cruz said that the Corsair represented about 40% of the kills in the game, which, of course, we can agree that that's quite a lot, yes, right? But instead of nerfing the Corsair, how about buffing other ships that were nerfed before? How about that? Maybe people will be more excited about flying these ships. And the Corsair is just not the first one. It's actually the last one in the long series of ships that were great and became nerfed. The Redeemer was the one that they nerfed before the Corsair, and before that there was also the Prowler, and I'm sure that I'm forgetting a lot of other ships here. If I do, let me know in the comment section down below. And they nerfed the Corsair a couple of weeks after Magic's, right? The Paladin goes for sale with similar combat performance on paper that the Corsair used to have. Right? And of course people are seeing that. And there was also the F8 debacle, right? Remember when they told us the F8 would never be for sale? You have to earn the right to get the F8 by completing Squadron 42. Then it gets for sale and they say, oh, it's going to go for sale only once. And now it's for sale all the time now. So yeah, that definitely does not help. We just know at this stage that we cannot take CIG's word for granted, and that is really a shame. So these are, in my opinion, the 3 reasons why unfortunately sales are down. I think that CIG needs to do better if they want to regain the trust of the players, and if they want to get some momentum here when it comes to hype, because if there's no hype, people will be less inclined to spend their money. Sure, right? Sure, we're still at 2022-ish level, right? We're probably we just made above $100 million, but remember that CIG has more than 1,000 employees, right? We don't have the financial numbers for 2023, but for 2022, they barely made a profit despite collecting $113 million. So unless they have reduced their cost for 2023 and 2024, they are going to get close to that revenue. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at a loss here. That's really not good, because there's not much money inside CIG's coffers as well. So that's also something that's quite worrisome. So yeah, they need to do better. That's all I had to say here. If you enjoy this content, please let me know with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Speaking of subscribing, if you comment as well, this can get you a chance to win this Anvil Terrapin. But it's not just an Anvil Terrapin. We got 3 prizes that we're going to give for Christmas. It's also an Intrepid game package that we are giving away, and also the Star Chaser combat pack. So all you have to do is many things you can do. Actually, you can also join via our Gleam contest. I'll put that in the pinned comment. You can become a subscriber and comment on the videos, or you can have additional entries by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member and entering your name on Discord. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Irad. A big shout out to Dr. Fabin, Zero Crusher, Ducky to Ducker, and Shadow Rise. I will see you guys in the next one.
Next my shit's blowing up. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I got to make more cash per hour. When I'm there to gauge my skills. Next thing I know, the NPC's got a kill. Oh, then I hit the F12 key to tell how mad I get to be. Went out there to start a thread. Next thing I know, Spectrum just wished I was dead. Oh yeah, yeah, it's so frustrating when your time is ruined. You just don't see it coming till you take a look at your pay. It turns out I'm D6. It's because I'm D6.